I have to be honest. I was looking at my P&L this morning for my rental, and I had this moment of pure exhaustion.
Oh, I know that feeling.
On paper, the numbers are, okay.
Yeah.
But then there's this invisible effort column in my head, and it's a grind.
Right.
It's the constant tweaking prices, stressing over a 4-star review. It feels like I'm just chasing what I call weekend gas on this, hamster wheel.
That is the classic symptom of what we call platform dependency. And honestly, it's where pretty much every host starts. You get the listing up. You wait for that little ding on your phone.
Dopamine hit, yeah.
But then reality kicks in, and you realize you're not really a business owner. You're a gig worker for an app.
That's it. I'm working for the algorithm,
Yeah.
and it's a terrible boss.
Well, what if I told you that by obsessing over that app, Airbnb, Booking.com, whatever it is, you are missing exactly 50% of your potential revenue?
50%? Come on.
Yeah.
That's incredibly high.
I know. But more importantly, you're missing the 50% that actually lets you sleep at night.
Okay, look, everybody uses the apps. That's just how the world works. If I'm not on the app, how do people even find me? Do I exist?
To a tourist. Maybe not, but that's the whole point. We aren't talking about tourists today. We're doing a deep dive into the strategies of Jorge Garcia, a veteran in this space who totally flipped his business model.
Okay.
He argues that most hosts are just fighting over the online scraps while this huge invisible market is sitting right in their own backyard.
An invisible market. I like the sound of that, but I'm skeptical. This isn't going to be some, complex new marketing funnel, is it?
No funnels, no ads, no SEO. The mission here is to stop you thinking like a listing host and start thinking like a local partner. We're going to uncover where the best clients really come from, and I'll give you a hint. They are not scrolling photos of your kitchen backsplash at 2 in the morning.
I am listening. If I can get off this price war roller coaster, I'm all in. So let's unpack this. Why are the platforms so broken for the kind of business we want?
It's not that they're broken, exactly. It's that they create a race to the bottom. Garcia's point is, on a platform, you're just a commodity. You're one of hundreds of other listings right in your area.
Right.
And when supply is high, what's the only real lever you can pull to get noticed?
Price. You drop the price.
You drop the price. You get bargain hunters, you deal with more wear and tear, and you have that constant churn. Check-in Friday, check-out Sunday. That means cleaning, laundry, messaging. It's just high friction.
And high stress. Okay, so who's on the other side of this? Who are these magical clients who don't care about the algorithm?
Think about who needs housing but isn't on vacation. This is the midterm rental market, or MTR. Traveling professionals, construction crews on big projects, families displaced by an insurance claim like a fire or a flood, medical staff. Garcia calls this the ideal client profile.
Right, but I had to push back a little. My cousin's a travel nurse. She uses apps. She's on Furnish Finder all the time. Don't these people just use the same?
Some do, sure. But here is the key insight from the source material, and this is the real game changer. The person staying in the unit is not always the person booking it. The decision makers, the HR directors, the relocation specialists at hospitals, the insurance adjusters, they do not want to scroll.
So they're not shopping for a vibe. They're shopping for a solution.
Exactly. They are busy. They might be managing dozens of placements at once. They don't want to sift through 50 listings and message 3 hosts to see if the calendar is even up to date. They want a sure thing, a reliable partner.
They want a guy or a gal. Someone that can just text and say, hey, I need a place for 3 months starting Monday, and it just gets done.
Precisely. If you can be that person, you completely bypass the competition. You're not one of 100 listings. You are the only call they made.
Okay, that sounds great in theory, but it also sounds a little old school. Like, get off the computer and shake hands.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert. The idea of walking into an office cold is not appealing. Do people really still do business like that?
It's funny you say that, because that fear, that social friction, is exactly what keeps most hosts stuck. It's the barrier to entry.
Right.
Let me tell you a specific story from Garcia's experience. He was in the exact spot you described, stressing over an empty unit, dropping prices online. He decided to try something. Analog.
Which was?
He literally walked into a local staffing agency, physically, walked in the door.
Cold. No appointment. Just, hi, I'm here to sell you something.
Well, not quite with that script. If you go in selling, you'll get shut down. He went in solving a problem. He just walked up and mentioned he had some fully furnished units nearby set up for professionals.
What happened? Did they call security?
No. The receptionist just took his information, 2 weeks later, he gets a call and lands a 4-month booking for a travel nurse.
4 months.
Think about that. One, maybe slightly awkward, 10-minute conversation resulted in 4 months of guaranteed income. That one interaction beat months of online grinding.
Wow. 4 months. You're not flipping the room every weekend. You're not coordinating 10 different cleanings. You just collect the check.
And you're getting paid well because corporate budgets are very different from vacation budgets. They're not paying out of their own pocket.
Okay, you've sold me on the why, now I need the how.
Yeah.
If I'm actually going to do this, walk into an HR office, I need to know what to say. What's the play?
It's simpler than you think. Garcia suggests a really specific script. You walk into one of these places, HR firms, staffing agencies, and you just say, "We provide fully furnished 30-plus day stays when hotels just don't cut it."
When hotels just don't cut it. I like that. It immediately frames the pain point.
Exactly. Who wants to live in a hotel for 3 months? No kitchen, tiny space, you're offering a home. The pitch is just professional, simple, one connection. You're telling them, I am the easy button for your housing headache.
And what do I bring with me? A business card.
No, business cards get lost. Garcia has a very specific pro tip here. Bring a physical flyer, a property one sheet,
What's on it?
a few great photos of the unit, the price range, and the amenities that matter to them. Fast Wi-Fi, washer and dryer, dedicated parking, and your direct contact info. It has to be tangible.
So when that HR person has a need, they're not searching their email. They're just grabbing that flyer off their desk.
You got it. You're moving from being a digital avatar to being a trusted real-world resource.
Okay, so that's strategy 1, the walk-in. Take some courage, but I see the payoff. Let's talk about strategy 2, because this one surprised me. I always just thought of conventions as weekend warrior stuff.
Right. A tech conference comes to town, prices spike for 3 days, then it's over.
Yeah.
That's the host mindset. The partner mindset looks deeper. Garcia calls this the vendor play.
The vendor play.
Yeah, think about the whole ecosystem of a big convention. Every city has them. Most hosts are fighting over the attendees who are there for the weekend. But who sets all that up? The booths, the stages, the lighting.
Vendors, the crew, the staff.
Exactly. And they don't show up on Friday morning. They get there a week, maybe 2 weeks early to set everything up, and they stay a week after to tear it all down.
Oh, I see where this is going.
Oh.
And I bet they hate staying in the official convention hotel for 3 weeks straight.
It's a nightmare for them. It's impersonal, it's cramped, and it's expensive. They need a real place to live where they can cook a meal and relax.
So how do you find them? You can't just hang out at the loading dock.
You could, but there's a much smarter way. Convention center calendars are all public information. You can go to your city's website right now and see the whole schedule for the next year.
So it's literally a demand roadmap.
It is. So you find the big events, the auto shows, the big trade shows, and you call the event organizer directly.
Tell them,
Yeah.
"Hi, can I speak to the person in charge of the boat show?"
Pretty much. You ask for the operations manager or the vendor coordinator, and the script is almost the same. Hey, I see you have a big event coming up. If your team or your vendors need longer stays for setup, I've got a great furnished place that's way better than a hotel.
You're getting to them before they even book their hotel block. Or maybe right when they realize how expensive it's going to be.
You're offering a solution to their logistics problem. And again, these are multi-week bookings that completely bypass the online platforms.
That's brilliant because it's so proactive. You're not waiting for a search, you're creating the opportunity.
And once you land one, you're in. If that production company comes back every year for the same event and you do a good job, who do you think they're going to call next year?
They're going to call me. It's recurring revenue.
With zero recurring acquisition cost.
Yeah.
Which leads us right into strategy 3. We've done walk-ins and conventions. Now let's talk about what Garcia calls the long game. This is about building a network that just sends you business.
A network that feeds you.
Yes. This is where you shift from hustling for bookings to receiving bookings. The goal is to find those repeat senders.
Repeat senders. I love that term. So who are they?
Well, we've touched on recruiters and travel nurse agencies, but 2 other big ones are insurance adjusters and universities.
Let's do insurance first. I've heard of this. It's called ALE, right?
Exactly. ALE, additional living expenses. When a homeowner has a major issue, like a fire or a flood, their insurance policy pays for them to live somewhere else while their home is repaired.
And this isn't a vacation. This could be a family of 4 who needs to stay in their school district for like 6 months.
And you can't do that in a Marriott. The insurance companies have deep pockets for this. They just want the family housed and happy so the problem goes away.
So how do you get in with them?
You network with the local adjusters and get on the vendor lists for the big third-party companies that manage these placements.
Okay, what about universities? When I hear university rental, I just think of, frat parties and broken furniture.
Right, that's the student housing trap. We are not talking about undergrads. We're talking about the visiting professional.
Differentiate that for me.
Every university brings in guest lecturers, visiting researchers, professors on sabbatical. They come for a whole semester, 4 or 5 months. They are quiet, they are focused, and they need high-quality furnished housing. They are the perfect tenants.
That makes so much sense. And the university housing office probably has a preferred list.
They do, and you need to get on that list. Garcia uses this metaphor of planting seeds. You can't expect a harvest right away. You have to go where these people are.
Which means networking events.
Yeah. Chamber of Commerce mixers, hospital job fairs. I know it sounds tedious. But his point is that one solid relationship, one recruiter who trusts you, can fill a unit for the entire year.
One person.
Think about it. A good recruiter places dozens of people. If they know you have a clean, safe, reliable unit, why would they risk sending their talent anywhere else? They'll just send you nurse A, then nurse B, then nurse C.
And you never even have to list the property online. You just disappear from the public market because you're booked solid.
That is the goal. So let's talk about the real payoff. Why does this offline strategy actually win?
Yeah, let's break down the financials, because this does sound like work. I have to put on pants and leave the house. Is it really worth it?
It absolutely is. 3 big wins. First, the fees. That 15 or 20% the platform takes, gone, stays in your pocket. But the bigger win is operational savings. Turnover is the most expensive part of this business.
The cleaning, the supplies, you.
For sure. If you have 10 3-day stays in a month, that's 10 cleanings. If you have one tenant for 3 months, you clean once at the end. Your cleaning costs can drop by like 90%.
That is huge. And I'm guessing the wear and tear is way less.
Way less. A professional there for work isn't throwing a party. They're working a 12-hour shift, coming home, eating, and sleeping. They treat it like a home.
And the third win.
The third is stability. It's an emotional benefit. When you have a 3-month booking, you can actually breathe. You can plan. You're not checking your phone every hour hoping someone books a random Tuesday. You move from chasing to receiving.
That idea of receiving versus chasing, that really hits home. It feels more like being a real business owner. But I have to admit, it's intimidating.
It is. It requires a shift of your identity. But Garcia is very clear about this. That barrier to entry is the advantage.
Because most people won't do it.
Exactly. Most hosts will listen to this deep dive, nod their head, say, that's a good idea, and then go right back to tweaking their Airbnb listing. If you're the one who actually prints the flyer and opens the door, you have almost zero competition.
So we need to give our listeners a little shove here.
We do. Garcia gives a very specific challenge in his material, and I want to pass it on. This is your homework for the week.
All right, lay it on us.
3 things. Number 1, get off the laptop. Seriously. Close the tabs. Stop checking your stats.
Step 1, detox from the data. I can do that. What's 2?
Number 2, knock on one office door, just one. Find a staffing agency or a big construction site office. Print a simple 1-pager and just walk in.
Okay, 1 door. I might sweat a little, but okay. And 3.
Number 3, attend one networking event. A local meetup, a chamber event, anything. Just go with the intention of meeting one person who places employees.
That's the assignment. Laptop off, 1 door, 1 event.
And remember the stakes here. That single step, that one awkward moment, could unlock tens of thousands of dollars in bookings. It could be the difference between a stressful hobby and a stable business.
It's amazing. We obsess over all this tech AI, dynamic pricing, automated messages, but the biggest disruption might just be
A handshake.
a handshake. It's
Yeah.
almost poetic, isn't it?
Well, it raises a really provocative thought to leave you with. In a world that's obsessed with automation and scaling everything, is it possible that in a service business like hospitality, the real barrier to entry isn't tech anymore?
What is it?
Maybe the real barrier is just the courage to be human.
Whoa, that's something to chew on. The courage to be human.
The hosts who are willing to do the unscalable things, talk to people, build real trust, show up in person, I think they're the ones who are going to win.
So stop hiding behind the app. Go out there, become that local mogul, and find that hidden 50%. Thanks for diving in with us today.
My pleasure. See you out there.